Previously on the season.
FC Dallas is a sleeping monster, and you don't want to get them on the wrong day, because at any time this monster can be awakened.
Here's Avila. He's in the box. Played it across and another goal.
We haven't got everything on track yet. You know, that's what the season does for you. This year, an opportunity to continue to work.
Avila with the strike. It's in the back of the net.
We know the great soccer we can play, but at this point we just need to win. However, whatever it takes, we just need to do a job to get it done.
Nice ball in. Varela! 2-0 Dallas!
You know, he's just going to get right back up, you know, and keep going. This time he wasn't getting back up.
He does. It's Cooper! And it's 2 for the Timbers!
I mean, it's disappointing to be letting goals in, 5 goals in 3 games. It's not good, especially when that's my job.
Looking for Shea. Shea gets to it. He's pulled one back again.
But honestly, we're still trying to find ourselves, and I think, you know, it's coming along, and I think it'll be coming along in the right time.
Through 8 games, the grueling MLS season was already taking its toll on the bodies of FC Dallas. Injuries mounted, but FC Dallas continued to dig deep, allowing players like Brek Shea, Andrew Jacobson, Eric Alexander, and Fabian Castillo to make their mark.
With David going out, we all knew we had to raise our level of play. And
When David was playing, he accounted for 43% of the team's goals. And after David went out, Brek has taken that presence. Brek has started scoring. Eric Alexander has taken a while to develop into the season, but at where we are now, he's got 9 straight starts, I believe. And he's consistent. He can possess the ball in tight spaces, and he can make a dangerous first pass to start the attack. And Castillo obviously has the speed, and Jacobson's very comfortable running box to box and giving the team 90 minutes of hard work. So all of those guys have stepped up their game, and you know, pretty much the entire 11 at the start have made sure they come out there and they're sweating and they're grinding for 90 minutes of play.
A win over LA seemingly sparked the Dallas side, who took head coach Schellas Hyndman's blue-collar mantra to heart, grinding out result after result that included a franchise record 531-minute shutout streak.
When we lost David Ferreira, you know, we had to really concentrate on a new identity. And we're not a team that's going to be able to replace a David Ferreira. So what we try to do is we try to identify a different characteristics, a different personality of the team. And I thought the blue-collar mentality might work. And what we asked our players to do is just raise their effort. You know, if they could just improve their play a 5%, you know, and if that goes across the board, then as a team we would be better.
It's not just our back line, you know, and it's not just me. It's a total effort from the entire team.
You know, anybody needs to step up and just make a difference. And I'm trying to do everything I can, you know, whether it's on the field and just leading by example.
that stretch of games, the 9-game unbeaten streak we had this year, was a bit, I don't want to say ugly, but it was a little more blue collar and a little more rough and tough, kind of grinding out some 1-0 victories. I didn't realize it was a record at all until the media made a big deal about it, but it was nice to get all those shutouts in a row and just play solid defensively and help our team get some points.
The team posted another shutout at home against Toronto, but a solid defense was only one part of the team's success.
Our tactics going into the game was to try to put their defense under pressure with the speed of Chavez and Castillo. And I think that caused them a lot of problems.
We were putting them under a lot of pressure. I mean, I don't know how many free kicks and corner kicks we had in the first half, but it was certainly a significant number. And anytime that you have that many opportunities and there's good service, something good's going to come.
Against a tough Philadelphia Union team at home, Fabian Castillo hit a goal and an assist, shredding the Union defense with speed and skill.
Chooses Jackson's speed. He's in behind the Union defense. Right-footed service. Castillo! Fabian Castillo. Fabian Castillo, he scored the 700th goal in club history for FC Dallas, and he's off to a fantastic start here at Pizza Hut Park today. This is Castillo, he's gotten beyond Valdez. Castillo scores for Shea! Brek Shea giving credit where credit is due. The ingenuity of Castillo, the unselfishness of the young Colombian to square the ball across the face of the goal. Brek Shea has put Dallas ahead with his third.
Honestly, I shouldn't get credit for it because he did everything. I just had to kind of be in the right place at the right time and tap it in. So, and then he did that, and then he got his own goal. So it was a good night for him.
The area that we're the most pleased with is his development on the field and in training. You can look at Fabian and see an improvement from week 1 to week 4, week 5.
He brings a certain edge to the game that FC Dallas didn't previously have in its attack, and some MLS teams haven't seen him thus far in the season, so they don't know what they're getting into, and that's a good thing for FC Dallas, and the fact that he's going to come out there and he's going to run at defenders, and he's going to be a dangerous threat for however long Schellas has him in the game.
He is definitely a difference maker for us at this point in time. I think what we'll see from Fabian is just continued growth in his play.
But there was another player quietly making their contribution felt. Philadelphia cast-off Andrew Jacobson.
An opportunity was brought to us from Philadelphia that Andrew, they were looking to maybe move him on. And I think part of it was the way their roster was and the way their team was. And Andrew, I think, had played maybe 13, 14 games as a starter for them last year. Now, they were an expansion team that didn't find a lot of success. I think, like all coaches, well, how do we find more success? They were looking for different players. And I think they recognized that Andrew had a value. So they contacted us. I think we might have been the only team they contacted. And we immediately, brainstormed a coaching staff, got with ownership, and got with Doug and Barry, and made a decision that he would be able to come in and contribute.
I mean, he's been everything that we've hoped that he would be. I mean, he's good going forward. He gives us some size defensively. His work rate is great. He's helped a lot with Daniel Hernandez, as we all know. I mean, Daniel covers a lot of ground, but now he's got somebody next to him.
He's made Daniel Hernandez a better player. Daniel Hernandez doesn't have to cover as much ground. He doesn't have to win all those tackles in the midfield, doesn't have to win all those head balls in the midfield.
He's done a great job. Obviously, he's helped me out a lot in the defensive midfield spot. Great on the ball, has enough skill to go forward and help us on the offensive side. So he's kind of that link between the midfields and the forwards.
We want players that take an interest in playing on both sides of the ball, and Andrew does that. He's a very good attacker of the ball. I think his strength is probably more attacking than defending, but I think he is committed to being a player that you have to beat defensively.
Jacobson's gritty mentality and athleticism in midfield allowed FC Dallas to make an important tactical shift.
What he's been able to do for us is help us go into a 4-4-2 without too much difficulty.
Jacobson can kind of run more, get in there more, get a little dirtier. When I say dirtier, go for head balls, slide, make the necessary tackles to cut up the other team's possession. And then you have Fabian coming to fruition, and then Marvin. Good decision by coach to put Marvin at forward because him and Fabian work very well together, and they kind of help push the team into the attack like David was able to.